Hello everyone, my name is Brian Geringer again, President and CEO, First and Service Staffing Solutions, Long Island, New York. Hope everyone's having a great day. Just want to take a moment tonight and I want to talk about a couple things when it comes to generating revenue. I realize there's a large number of people that are out there today, like myself, who always believe in multiple sources of income. And one thing I would like to encourage you about here is if you don't understand or believe in multiple sources of income, I highly recommend and encourage you to make sure that you do. You know, in today's day and age, it's very scary to think you're only making money one way. And I heard it said sometime not too long ago by an expert in the field that having 7 sources of income or streams of income is extremely, extremely important. So I want to talk to you a little bit tonight about your thought process with that. You know, I've watched too many good people that have worked very hard throughout their whole life, and they end up spending time in a career, and after a while maybe the management in the company changes, maybe the company is sold, different structures and things happen, they get in an argument with someone at their company, and what happens is suddenly they're outed and they haven't thought of another way, so their whole livelihood is focused on that one form of income. I was talking to a gentleman the other day who's become a good friend of mine, and he was with companies for many, many years. And every time he seemed to work his way up the top, he started leading the way, different things changed, and now again, for several years later, in his 50s, he's out of another career looking for another way, another income source. And I said to him one thing, I said, here's the problem you have right now, is you've spent so much time, he's devoted hundreds of hours a week, 120 hours a week to companies, given everything he had. But at the end of the day, when things change, structure changes, he's lost, and now he's like, what do I do next? So I want to encourage you right now when you're looking at your life. Again, I'm here a lot talking about employment, about taking risk, about stepping out of your comfort zone. Don't allow comfort and fear to hold you back. But one of the things I want to ask you today is this. In addition to whatever you're doing for a living, are you looking for other sources of income? Have you made a decision that you need to make sure that you do other things? Are you just sticking in one area? Or have you said to yourself, wait 1 second, I can do other things. Like I have a good buddy of mine who's flipping houses right now. He's at the banking business during the day and he's flipping houses. He's enjoying that. I have another friend of mine who runs a cleaning business outside of what he does, and he's in the food industry and he runs a cleaning company. He loves doing what he does. I have another friend who actually is in social media, and he does what he does as a career in the hospital world, but he also is involved in social media. So I'm not really concerned for you what it is. I'm not telling you what it should be. What I am telling you is you need to make sure you're prepared with multiple sources. In my world, more recently, what I've done over the last couple of years is I've gotten very, very passionate about the world of wellness. And I've gotten very passionate about the world of what's going on in wellness and how way too many people spend way too much money on overpriced stuff that they don't really need and there's not enough data on. And where I became very passionate about some things, it's funny, actually, I had a good friend of mine try to talk to me about some ideas for a while. And I was very busy, and I, like a lot of you, pushed him off and said, I don't have time, I don't have time, I don't have time. And about 18 months went by until he was strong enough to say to me, Brian, you need to take a look at what we're doing. And I was really honestly concerned it was going to be a pyramidal, multi-level marketing, something that was just a little out of the ordinary, something that was supposedly rah-rah, everyone gets excited and suddenly everyone's going to get rich, and it just doesn't happen for most. And I did that when I was younger, didn't have an interest in spending time there again. And I was really glad, though, when he finally, as a good friend, said to me, sit down, shut up, and take a look at what we're doing in all the nicest ways he could. And I realized that what he shared with me was something that, as busy as I was, I could fit into my life. Because here's what I want to ask you. When you look at the ideal life, what is the ideal life? For me, the ideal life was this. I wanted to know that I could work, but I could work and play at the same time. And here's what I found out technology done right does for you, at least this project I'm working on is done right for me, is it allows me to take snippets of my life and be able to produce and generate a revenue using technology and then get back to my life that I really want to live with the ones I love. I'll give you a quick example. Over the summer, I was at the beach of all places. I'm hanging out at the beach, having a great time with the kids, family, life, having a great time hanging out. And a buddy of mine calls me and says, Brian, I have another business owner I want to share some ideas with, what we're working on. Would you mind sharing with him? Now, I didn't have to do it at that point in time. But you know what I did? I said, yeah, sure. I went to Maria, I said, babe, listen, I'm going to pop on the boat. I hopped in the boat. I'm in the most beautiful waters in Long Island, which I love, hanging out. I popped on my boat. I opened up my iPad, and I just shared a business idea with someone. When I was done, 40 minutes later, I got off my boat, got back to the beach again, and I lived my life. See, my ideal life is being able to know I could do that. I did it the other day over a cup of coffee. I did it somewhere I was at the gym. And you know what? I can take snippets of my life and then get back to what's most important, my family and my life, my lifestyle, the other things I really love doing. So what I'd say to you right now is this. If you ever been in a position where you say, listen, I'd like to figure out some other things I could do with my life. Maybe what I'm doing might be good for you. Maybe there's other things that you might be interested in doing. But I would love to help you in any way possible figure out things that might be good for you. Again, maybe it's some things I'm working on. Maybe it's some other things you're interested in working on. Maybe you're not even sure where to go. Listen, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, comment, ask us questions, comment and say, I'd like to learn, I'd like to know, maybe you want to learn. Listen, some things I'm working on, maybe I could share with you and help you. Maybe you have some questions or concerns or comments about that. Just comment, ask, whatever we can do to help. I'm happy to help and come and answer your questions and do anything I could to support you in that. Because here's what I know. Life is way too short. It's going to go by really, really fast. If you have children in your life, I just looked at my daughters and they're 12 going on 13 years old. I can't believe it went so fast. If you don't grab a hold of life, embrace life for what it is, you're never going to be able to move on, and you're never going to be able to get what you want, I should say, and move on to what you really want to do. Don't let years of your life go by. Don't let another minute of your life go by without saying, let me embrace, let me grab hold, move forward. Hey, listen, comment on any of those social media platforms, and I'm glad to talk to you. I'm glad to comment back to you. I'm glad to help you any way I can. Again, guys, if this is the first time you're watching this, please make sure you follow, please make sure you like, please make sure you share, and make sure there are people in your life. Maybe this video wasn't for you, but there's people that need to hear it. Share it with them, because I want to be there to help as many people as I can figure out that ideal life, what they're looking to do. Thanks again for being with me today. Have a great one. Great spending time with you. Thank you for watching Valuable Minutes with Brian. If this is your first time being with us, please make sure you follow, like, and share, and feel free to comment as well.